Swadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's Tuesday, April 21st, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has ordered the Transport Ministry to separate standardized airlines in the country from those that are substandard and allow the international community to inspect the service to restore the international community's confidence. The Prime Minister suggested that airlines classified as standardized be categorized into different grades, while those found below standard would have their service suspended. He said aviation laws and regulations must also be updated in tandem. The Prime Minister's order came in response to safety concerns flagged by the International Civil Aviation Organization, or the ICAO. After a speedy overhaul of airline operations, Thailand would invite international audits of the industry before the next meeting with the ICAO, the Prime Minister said. Transport Minister Prachin Chantong, meanwhile, revealed that the ministry has several plans to solve the problem within 2015. A proposal to adjust the entire structure of aviation is one of the solutions. There will be an establishment of a new National Civil Aviation Office of Thailand under the supervision of the Transport Ministry, which will oversee the aviation policy and all of the 28 airports in Thailand. However, a decision will be made on May 4th as to whether the new authority should be a department under the Transport Ministry or a state enterprise. The Ministry of Transport has come up with measures in response to concerns expressed by the International Civil Aviation Organization, or the ICAO, over the safety standards of Thailand's Department of Civil Aviation, and Kun Niranut Traijakwanit has more for us.
At the press conference for the government's announcement of its 6-month performance report, officials from each ministry took turns describing their achievements. The Ministry of Transport reported its resolution following the ICAO's negative evaluation of Thailand's Civil Aviation Department, hoping to restore the country's credibility. Deputy Transport Minister Akom Termpithiyaphaisit spoke of the ICAO's voicing of concerns over the safety of the Thai aviation system, that the issue must be addressed urgently through several measures, especially the inspection of Thai carriers' operations, an airworthiness license, and the amendment of the Air Navigation Act.
Actually, we have the 3 months and 6 months program. 6 months, which is the urgent, which is we have to prove to the ICAO that we have adopted the safety measure to audit the current airline, and particular 28 airlines that are doing business in Thailand. So first we have to adopt the manual, the guideline that we're going to use for the new audit, the current 28 airlines. Secondly, we have already recruited the experienced person, resource person who perhaps the former pilot, used to be pilot, or the retired person who has the experience in the safety measure in the airline. And third, we also invite experienced person abroad, from Europe, from Japan, and also from China as well. And all of them are willing to help us to audit the airline. This is the urgent measure that we have to do it by 90 days.
The Deputy Transport Minister revealed that the representatives of the Civil Aviation Administration of China will be traveling to Thailand in the beginning of May to inspect the kingdom's aviation safety standards.
They will visit with their safety team to help check the procedure that we are doing at the moment. Anything that we are perhaps they have not no experience, then they may advise there to improve the procedure, and also the Japanese team as well.
The problem needs immediate rectification to prevent any additional effects from the ICAO's announcement and to bring back international confidence through the coordination of all sectors to upgrade the nation's aviation operations to the maximum standards. I'm Niranut Traijakwanit reporting.
Thank you to Kun Niranut for that report. And the Prime Minister has suggested the setting up of a new fund to help underprivileged senior citizens in the country. Deputy Government Spokesman Major General Sansan Kaukamnut said that Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha is concerned about the growing number of the elderly in Thailand and the money needed to take care of them. General Prayut reportedly said that while there are currently certain funds and the government budget to help out senior citizens, not enough is being done. Major General Sansan said that the Prime Minister reasoned that worries over the shortage of the funds for the elderly stem from the fact that Thailand is an aging society. Therefore, the Prime Minister has instructed all related agencies to work on the setting up of a new fund, especially for senior citizens, particularly those who are also the underprivileged. The deputy government spokesman added that General Prayut also suggested a study for measures to administer the to-be-set-up fund. The Cabinet has approved a draft law on the control of street begging and a draft royal decree on the reduction of corporate income tax aimed at promoting investment in special economic zones. Government spokesperson Dr. Yongut Mayalap announced the results of the weekly cabinet meeting, saying a nod had been given in principle to the begging control bill, which was proposed by the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security. Under the bill, the ministry is designated as the chair of the committee overseeing the prevention of begging, while there are specifications on the types of beggars who are to be sent to rehabilitation shelters without legal charges. It also prescribes penalties for culprits behind forced begging. The bill will now be reviewed by the Council of State before being forwarded to the National Legislative Assembly via its whip for deliberation. And if approved by the Assembly, it will replace the existing Begging Control Act of 1941. The Prime Minister continues to keep open the possibility of a public referendum on the new Constitution as its first draft is being reviewed by the National Reform Council. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha said that the review of the draft of the charter will have to be completed first before it can be decided if a public referendum will be held on the proposed new Constitution. The National Reform Council, or NRC, on Monday began its week-long deliberations on the first draft charter before it forwards the matter to the Cabinet and the National Council for Peace and Order for further review and suggestions. General Prayut added that after the whole review process is finalized, the Constitution Drafting Committee will look at the draft charter again, while taking into consideration all opinions and suggestions from the reviewing councils and committees and deciding what changes should be made to the draft. The Constitution Drafting Committee, or CDC, has reaffirmed that the intent of the new charter is to empower the people of Thailand. During the first day of the National Reform Council, or NRC's, deliberations on the first draft of the charter, CDC member Pakon Priyakon said that the charter drafting process has always been focused on asserting the power of the people while elevating their ability to exercise their rights and encouraging broader participation in politics. Meanwhile, CDC Vice Chairman Sutit Bunbongkan told the NRC meeting that the draft charter includes provisions related to an improvement in Thailand's political standards, which involves the elimination of vote buying, conflicts of interest, and abuse of power, while promoting good governance with checks and balances. He added that under the new charter, there will be more rigorous checks on governments through such bodies as the Election Commission, the National Anti-Corruption Commission, the Office of the Auditor General, and the Office of the Ombudsman, as well as human rights groups. The Ministry of Commerce has announced the results of its work over the past 6 months to the press, trade associations, and the ambassadors of various countries. According to Minister of Commerce Chachai Sarikalaya, progress was made in the solving of problems left behind by previous governments and in laying down long-term performance guidelines. The ministry's work had enabled Thailand to reclaim the top spot among rice exporters and pushed annual exports beyond 10 million tons. The cost of rice production had dropped by 432 baht per rai on average due to requests of price reduction made to sellers of farm essentials. Other measures implemented for paddy farming include loans provided to farmers to delay their selling of rice and the arrangement of local agriculture commodity markets. According to General Chachai, the ministry's Blue Flag events had been able to shave off 550 million baht in people's living costs. The ministry requested sale of discounted products at various stores reached 50 billion baht. And the ministry-sponsored project to provide 30 to 35 baht ready-made dishes at various food shops had also been helping the public save some 2 million baht in daily expenses. The Ministry of Culture has held a press conference to deliver its 6-month performance report while voicing readiness to tackle other goals. At the National Theatre in Bangkok, Culture Minister Wirat Rodpochanarat announced his ministry's success over the past 6 months in various operations under the government's framework to foster a strong foundation for social and economic development. He said first and foremost is the protection and promotion of the monarchy through the facilitation of royal functions and ceremonies, as well as the arrangement of commemorative activities. Other achievements include the forging of cultural ties with other countries, promotion of the 12 national core values, preservation of the country's religions, arts, and cultures, holding of peace-building campaigns in the Deep South, and execution of various cultural projects assigned by the government. The ministry is also targeting to officially open the ASEAN Cultural Center within August of this year. Moreover, as another effort to preserve Thai arts, an occupational support program will be launched for folk artists. Minister to the Prime Minister's Office, Mamluang Panatna Disakul, held a meeting of a subcommittee for the dissemination of information on newly emerging infectious diseases at the office of the Permanent Secretary of the Prime Minister's Office. Attending the meeting were the Secretary General of the National Research Council of Thailand, the Directors General of the Department of Disease Control and Department of Information, and representatives of television channels. The subcommittee, which works to present and follow up on guidelines for public relations concerning new infectious diseases, considered the draft of a manual for publicizing the risk of new infectious diseases and the appointing of a working committee to help carry out the subcommittee's work. Those at the meeting also agreed to synchronize public relations by the central and provincial sectors and to emphasize the gathering of new information in tandem with the dissemination of existing guidelines on the prevention and control of new infectious diseases. With digital TV becoming more popular, the Public Relations Department, or PRD, has launched a training session for its technical officers in a bid to fully service the public. The Engineering Support and Development Bureau of the Public Relations Department, or PRD, is organizing the 4th Digital Television Transition Training Session for the PRD's technical support officers today until April 24th. In its transition from analog to the new system, the PRD is improving broadcasting technology and equipment to accommodate digital broadcasting. Prawin Patanaphong, the PRD Deputy Director General, presided over the opening ceremony of the 4th Digital Television Transition Training, which was set up to discuss a variety of topics, including the airing of standard definition content on high-definition channels and the clarification of regulations regarding digital TV.
Digital broadcasting is a new system in Thailand, and we are shifting from analog to digital broadcasting. It is the Public Relations Department's responsibility to train its technical staff across the nation to be ready for the new equipment and understand the new system, and be able to use the new technology and efficiently service the public in the near future. This is the 4th training session the PRD has organized so far.
Digital television provides higher signal quality, interference-free reception, wider choice through additional television programs, and new services. With digital technology, TV broadcasters are not only providing better quality service, they will also be able to offer new services such as TV on mobiles, interactive TV, and three-dimensional TV or 3D. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break, but here's a look first at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 10th core value: applying His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy, saving money for a time of need, being moderate with surplus for sharing or expansion of business.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
NBT World, a 24-hour English language television service operated by the National News Bureau of Thailand, or NNT, is designed to bring the most reliable information about Thailand to the international community. NBT World is available on various platforms, including via C-band set-top boxes, GMMZ Channel 202, PSI Channel 272, and a live stream on thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. You can also follow us on facebook.com/NNT News or download the PRD News EN application on your smartphones. NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The Bangkok International Gift Fair and Bangkok International Houseware Fair 2015 has opened to traders at Baitak Bang Na, Bangkok. The event precedes public days of the fair on April 22nd and 23rd, during which the public is invited to choose a wide range of quality products boasted as the best in ASEAN. Mrs. Nantawan Saguntanak, Director General of the Department of International Trade Promotion, said the Bangkok International Gift Fair and Bangkok International Houseware Fair 2015, now in its 39th year, aims to show Thailand's potential as ASEAN's hub of gifts and houseware products. It provides a venue for international buyers to meet with Thai producers and traders. The event offers a wide variety of products, such as those winning Best Design Awards in Denmark, products for elders, Japanese pets, green label products, and O-Top premium products, which are usually destined for export. And in our international news, the European Union agreed on Monday to a 10-point plan to prevent more tragedies in the Mediterranean, unveiling actions that are both civilian and military in nature, and which officials likened to the bloc's counter-piracy program. EU Foreign Policy Chief Federica Mogherini announced the plan, which was backed by EU foreign and interior ministers, at a meeting in Luxembourg. Mogherini told reporters at a news briefing that there is a consensus on the need to fight against human traffickers and smugglers. The Commission also announced it would double the size and the funding of Triton, an EU naval operation in the Mediterranean. Mogherini said the second element that emerged as consensual is the need to strengthen our duty to save lives at sea. This means, for sure, a stronger Triton and Poseidon, with more funds, with more coverage, with more links to rescue obligations, and to address search and rescue in a more structured, long-term way, and to strengthen European Border Control Agency Frontex accordingly. European officials are struggling to come up with a policy to respond more humanely to migrants traveling by sea from Africa and Asia to Europe without worsening the crisis by encouraging more to leave. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT, and do check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're saying goodbye today with some footage of beautiful murals along the streets of Songkhla province. I'm Sandra Hanut Saha for Newsline. Have a great day. Sawadee ka.